In a small room, the Meross Smart Wi-Fi Air Purifier does exactly what it says, as it cleans up the room from VOCs and other small particles floating throughout your air. I've measured the air quality improve in my home and have even watched this device perform fairly well in larger spaces, but it's not perfect, and today I'm going to share with you how you can and can't use this air purifier in your home. Meross gave us an air purifier that's nearly 15.5 inches tall by just over 7 inches in diameter. It's a physical footprint that can't be ignored but isn't too large for most spaces. It can be placed on any surface, it doesn't heat up, and there are no reachable moving parts. The button on the top of this device allows you to turn it on and off and move through the 4 different modes. The first being sleep mode, and every time we step up, we see a light come on and we increase through low, medium, and high modes. So it doesn't even need to be connected to the Meross application, but that application opens up a number of smart features that can really improve the experience with the Meross air purifier. But before I get to the nuances of the smart system here, I have some statistics and measurements that I took with the actual air cleaning power of this. It's very quiet as far as I'm concerned, and even on high, the device produces only 50 decibels of sound. It uses 12.2 watts of power in order to move 160 meters cubed per hour of air, or nearly 100 CFM. As we move down into the medium, low, and sleep modes, the power really drops off, and so does the sound produced. Sadly, I couldn't directly correlate the sound produced or the wattage being used by this device to the air cycling through your room, and I reached out to Meross directly, but they couldn't provide an answer for expected air movement on those other modes either. They do recommend a maximum room of 207 square feet, and when I combine that with some calculators, I've come out with some recommendations for this. See, what's most important is the number of interchanges of air per hour. When we go with 207 square feet and the near 100 CFM, it's likely that a room of that size will have 3 to 4 cycles of air purification an hour. That's good, but as soon as you get into a larger space, you're dropping off on interchanges, and so I think it's important to note that this isn't going to be a really excellent air purifier in larger spaces. Still, I did a number of tests of its air cleaning power in my larger spaces in my home, and within an hour, I did find pretty significant drops in VOCs and in particulate matter. Here's a great chart that shows exactly how it performed, even with a sensor placed all the way across a massive room. Setup was extremely easy with the Meross app, as I walked through the physical setup process, which really just involved taking a plastic bag off of a HEPA filter. Then I walked through a very simple Wi-Fi setup, which had me connect Meross air purifier to my home's 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. From there, I could create automations like turning on this air purifier at certain times or based on other Meross products. Plus, I was able to create a simple automation that would turn off the air purifier after it had been running for an hour. There are also scenes in that application, but the real power came when I connected this to Apple HomeKit, IFT, or Samsung SmartThings. That's because I instantly gained access to both air quality sensors that could be paired with this device and with automations that could use those air quality readings to start the air purifier and to stop it based on actual air quality. With Amazon and Google voice assistants, I did gain commands by voice to run the device or to turn it on and off and control the fan speed. However, I could not find an air quality sensor that allowed me to turn on the air purifier with Amazon, and of course, Google doesn't allow sensors to be triggers in their app, so that's a no-go too. So I wish that Meross had their own air quality sensor that included both VOCs and particulates that would allow me to just use their app to control the device and not have to create all these connections. But it was in Apple HomeKit when paired with my Aqara TVOC sensor where I found a quick and easy way to automate this device, as I created 3 automations that would turn on the device and off as I saw fit for my air quality. I could do the same in SmartThings, although I would have to spend about $300 on an Aware air quality sensor, and I'm just not into that. But it was surprising that If this then that, or IFT, became maybe the most useful system to pair this with, and that is because I could use a lot of different air quality sensors with the Meross air purifier to automate it fully. I could even use my very accurate Yoo-Hoo air quality sensor that I've had for a number of years. I could use that Aqara TVOC sensor, as well as many other AQ sensors that are available on that service. From a maintenance perspective, I'll have to replace this filter every 6 to 8 months, but it's not an expensive filter, and truly, this is not an expensive system all put together. I have seen strong performance from the device, especially in smaller rooms, and I don't mind it running even when I'm in the room because it's fairly quiet. The sleep modes are nice to have access to as they slowly clean up the rooms that we're in, and I do like that it has a child lock to stop a young kid from touching the button on it. All of this leads me to say that this is a good smart home option for many people, but if you want true automation, you're probably going to have to head down one of those 3 paths that I said were really effective at managing this device. To see some of those details, you can check out these setup videos that are up on screen for the Meross air purifier. That'll show you the details for what works and what doesn't with this product. Plus, I know many of you will be wondering what air quality monitor you want to put in your home, and there's a playlist right there to show you a number of these and how they are. Otherwise, thanks for watching today, and of course, don't hate, automate.